Hello peeps, Hillbilly Halfwit. Just finished feeding this lot in the building and it's hectic for about half an hour here before you feed them all because they're all going, I want my cake. It's deafening. Anyway, they calmed down now. So I thought I'd do a bit of a video about immigration into the UK. Where are these people coming from? Now, there's lots of these things they're saying, oh, how they enhance our country. Oh, how they enhance our country. Oh, my God. My friend would be going, oh, they're fantastic. They're just nothing but greatness. Bollocks. Do you know what they are? I just thought suddenly about it the other day. They're fucking draft dodgers. In their own country, they're dodging the fucking draft, lots of these ones, because they're 20-year-old. And when they're in their own country, or Syria, or Afghanistan, or Ukraine or whatever, they're coming here because they're dodging the fucking draft in their own country. So they come here, and then our boys who are in the military are going out to fight their fucking wars for them. That's what's going on in reality. That is what is going on. They're fleeing Africa and all that because their countries are shitholes. Absolute war-ridden shitholes. And they come here in their droves. That is the reality of it all. Dodging the draft. Because they would have to be fighting in their own country otherwise. And now we're fucking stupid enough to take it all in. Then they're drafting our own people to go out and fight their wars for them. They don't give a fuck for our country. They can't stand us. Most of these people who come in this last 10 years hate the UK. That is the reality of the situation. And if you asked them to draft for the UK army, they wouldn't even do it. Because they can't stand us. They don't want to assimilate. They hate our guts. That is the fact of it all. And people don't like to hear the truth, but that is the truth. They'll come in here and they'll vote for somebody else who will let more of them in. Simple as that. That is the reality of the situation. And they're not these great... The people who apply to come here properly are the people who are decent. And I'm not against that at all, because they want to work here and they apply the proper way. But these other ones are just draft dodgers. That's all it is. They're trying to run away from having to fight in their own country, and they come here and they scab off us. That's the reality of it all. We all know it. Everybody's afraid to say it, except a few, like me and others. And that's why the UK's in such a mess. Afraid to say the truth anymore. Now, in my opinion, why this has happened in the West, and I say this in America, and I think it's for comedy. And you'll probably say, what do you mean? Well, I reckon 20 years ago, comedy would have took the piss out of this lot so bad about this these blokes pretending to be women and these migrant-loving people and the lefties. It would have took them to pieces. Can you imagine one of the old-style comedians ripping the piss out of all these transvestites and all stuff, and all this palaver that's going on about men being women? They would have ripped them to shreds, and with good reason too. But the new laws that come in have stopped comedy because the people realise that comedy can do it. When you rip the piss out of people because they're being idiotic, comedy can make a big difference. And I think that's what happened before with everything. Because you were allowed to take the piss out of everything. And that's where Ricky Gervais is good. Comedy, if it's on mainstream television, actually trying to make fools of these people who are trying to push this stupid agenda. And then you've got people in the classrooms, and you've got people in the schoolyard scared to say anything against it because they're afraid to look bad in front of all their peers in the schoolyard. That's what a lot of it is. That's what most of it is. Oh, you can't say that because Sally's mum will think I'm a right-wing person. Oh, but all I'm saying is a male is not a woman, mummy. And then another one. Oh, Daddy, you can't say that. Daddy, you can't say that because Jessica's mum will think you're right-wing. What do you mean? Now, all I'm saying is that there's too many people coming into this country. And it needs some proper checks. There's nothing right-wing about that. Oh, you can't say that. This is what the problem is. And people are beginning to turn on it now, but there's still this minority of nutcases really, still pushing this stuff on media and whatever. And they've been trained and brainwashed into it, like the Hitler Youth, really. The Hitler Youth is the same. They've been brought up in this new way of thinking. And can you imagine if somebody told you 20 years ago that kids in school were being taught from the age of 3 that their body, their male or female body, is wrong and they should be able to go and have an operation to change it. And this operation will leave you in difficulties for the rest of your life with medical problems. Because that's what's happening. Or they're giving them chemical castration drugs at the age of 11 or 12. That's how mad it all is. So there we are. That's what I thought would be a short one for you today. As you can see, it's a bit mad in hearing, it's a bit mad in here, but it's nothing like it was before. So because it's raining outside, we're keeping them in today, because when the straw gets completely soaked, because I bring them back in and out all the time, when they get completely soaked, it makes the straw wet, so you're better just to keep them in until it's dry. So here we are. So there's Gaz's Pearls of Wisdom today. Comedy is the answer, taking the piss out of these absolute lunatics, this minority of lunatics, the BLTs and the migrant-loving loons, who are just basically, they're just draft dodging, that's all they are. And then they're getting your sons to go into the military to fight for their own bloody causes. So they hate our country in reality. So there we are. Please comment, rate and subscribe. All the best. Gaz.